Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so I said I was going to make another episode based on my space stations that I've built, and here it is. This is the starting point for me. Other than, with the rovers, the pre-rover rovers, pre-rover update rovers, wow, pre-rover update rovers. This was shortly after I started construction on this, shortly after they added the docking ports in the game. And docking was the hardest thing I ever had to learn in this game. Everything that I thought I knew about space was completely just crushed the minute I learned how to dock. I thought it was like such a simple and easy procedure, simple task to do, and it really wasn't. Overall, I will say that, if you guys look, Bill, Jebidiah, and Bob is somewhere. Yeah, there he is. They're all three on the space station, and they have been here a total of 3,607 days. Yeah, they've been here for an insanely long time. I think all their bones would be jello by now. So, when I built this, this was all built with separate pieces. Each rocket design was a separate design in itself. Each part, because it was, if you guys look, right here with the solar panels was all one piece. Then right here to right, I believe, alright, the 6-way module here, all the way to there was one piece, and I believe this was the first piece I ever launched, was this one. And then afterwards I added this piece here. It's a bit longer, a bit more functionality, and then afterwards I added this extra crew container, because every one of these just has, the population on this thing is pretty high compared to every other one of my creations. There's 2 in here, 2 in here, 3 in here, 2, another 2, and another 1. I think there's another 2 in here. I mean, they're just everywhere. And there's one guy in here. Yeah, Bob. And yeah, so each one of these pieces was launched separately. This was launched separately. Then I just recently added this long piece here. Each one of these fuel tanks was launched separately. And then this piece, the docking station area, was added. That was added way before. I think this was one of my, second, or it was probably one of my, third or fourth additions to this space station. This was the hardest space station I ever had to put together. I'll turn on SAS just for a second, and you'll just see what happens. It kind of has a little bit of a shakiness to it, but it kind of doesn't. It really is just a funky base. Yeah, see, this thing almost shakes itself apart. But overall, just an awesome space station. Just the frame rate, at that time, you can tell my building designs really weren't that great. Definitely way too many parts. I even went about putting ladders on everything and connecting everything up. So they have ladders to go all the way up and down everywhere and climb to all the places and everything else. You can see even to the solar panels themselves, they can actually climb all the way up by the solar panels. So that was my first Kerbal space station. It was in orbit around Kerbal, the first space station I ever built. Now my second station is Moonlab. And this one was always kind of like, I'm going to add on to it, and I just never had an opportunity to. And I never really knew what I was going to do with it. As you can tell, it's not very optimized. It's a very small station, it still even has the original module that I used to get it to the moon with the fuel in tow, just because I kept the fuel only because I thought at maybe some point I would have to dock up to this and I could take the fuel from it, which, to me, I didn't really want to lose that fuel. I mean, I am pretty careless when it comes to just expending fuel and wasting fuel, but whatever. It wasn't that big of a deal. Now, I'm trying to go in order of when I built these space stations. So, my third station after that one was Minmus Space. Minmus Space Station. Minmus Space Station, it was like an ongoing project. It still is ongoing, and I mean, I'm going to add on to it here. I will be adding RCS tanks to it and a few other things. You guys, know that this was just a recent addition of all 4 of these tanks. It does have more panels here. They're just retracted right now for when I add them. This base is actually one of my more favorite of all my bases, I guess, if you want to call it that. I have no I do have one SAS unit on it. It has no SAS on it other than that. So when you turn it on, it does some craziness. You can tell, once the SAS and stuff like that really gets retweaked again, because apparently it's supposed to be fixed in the next update or something, then I think space stations will really change in their design, and a lot of other things also will change with their designs. So, there's not too much I can say about this. There's a lot of things I wanted to do with this thing, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that before the update comes out. So, I will be adding on to it in the future, so this isn't like a goodbye to the space stations or anything like that. But I just kind of want to leave and have like a little bit of a Snapchat, not a Snapchat, a snapshot of what I've done so far as the space stations are concerned. Yeah, let's go back to the Space Center, and we'll go to, I believe, my second to last space station. Actually, no, it isn't my second to last space station, but let's see. We have the Moon Fuel Depot, which is a different design for me. Just completely new idea of what I wanted to do with a space station. This is a fueling, it's in the name, a fuel depot. Getting the orange tanks here was the hardest thing to do. Other than that, the RCS tanks were a little bit of a challenge, but as you can see, I mean, it has enough docking ports for anybody, to come over here, dock up, load up on fuel, and leave. I did have plans for addition if I were to able to keep my save. If I were able to keep my save file, I would have been adding, if there was a possibility to add the refinery and all that other good stuff, if they were to have stuff like that in the game, that would have been added to the station in order to bring up, the moon rocks or whatever stuff, and then, drop it off, have it be processed, and have it turned into fuel. So that was kind of my idea with leaving this bottom open, and then having these side things, I can always add on to it in other places as well. So this one was built with, some fun in mind as far as the future is concerned. Then afterwards, I launched Moon Space Station, which is kind of the space station that I've always wanted to have around the moon, but it just never really got there with the current, with what I've been doing and how I've been doing everything and everything else. But this space station, you can see, has all the the hab modules, or whatever you want to call them, they're all kind of just lined up in one spot. You know, all the habs are kind of connected together in the center. There was going to be added solar panels, which, I mean, I think I'm still going to do some of these things before the update. So I left this SAS unit on here strictly just for having some kind of control over the station. And if, as you can see, if I turn it on, the whole thing shakes like crazy. So it really shakes like crazy. So this thing will eventually, I'll be taking it off. I just put it on there with a docking port, so you can just take it right off, and I could use that port for something else. But I did leave a lot of open space for this, for expansion. I had planned a lot of things for this, so I think I might do some of these things, possibly. It just really depends on when this update is going to be coming out. So, anyways, let's jump to my furthest reach and outpost at the current moment, which I think I'll just do from the map menu because it will just be quicker. My furthest outpost in the Kerbal system, which is the Eve Space Station. And Eve Space Station was, I mean, I don't really like the orbit of it. I was really scared at getting it as close as I did, only because of the fact that it, you know, as the gravity increases around the planet or whatever, it's harder to leave, especially with a huge ship that I used to bring it there. But yeah, this is, you know, I could extend these out too. You know, this is, once again, this is kind of like a package all-in-one station. You know, have a little bit of fuel storage, not much. I have you know, the batteries involved, and I wanted to add 2 separate, you know, launch vehicles that, you know, can be used for pretty much anything when you're out here. So the Eve Explorer 1 over here landed. I'm not going to be doing a video on those or any of the places I've been in the game, but I think I'm going to do one more video just based on the vehicles I've created as far as the interplanetary vehicles. So, yeah, it reached this far, guys. Definitely, once we get to the update, I will be adding I will be building new space stations. We'll be sending these things out, and just improving my designs that came before it. That's all I can say. You know, once again, I appreciate everything you guys have done. All the people who watch, all the people who subscribe, all the people who like my videos. The people who promote my videos and talk about me, everyone, I just give you a big thank you once again. Like I said, I wouldn't be here without you guys, so you guys have done everything, and it's very much appreciated. So, anyways, guys, you know, thank you for watching, and my next video, I mean, I'm gonna try to space these videos out, so I'm gonna do another one just based off of the 3 or 4 interplanetary vehicles I have created over the time, so that will be kind of my last one. But, you know, I just kind of want to have a snapshot of everything I've made, and, you know, we'll go from there, basically. So, anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.